All right, grade 8, good morning. Going to talk about equations with exponents. You've worked with, one of the things you've done is you've worked with square roots and stuff like that, and you know that when you look at, for example, the square root of 4, it can have an answer of positive or minus 2, because if we go 2 times 2, that could be 4. That could be 4. And you could also have negative 2 times negative 2 could be 4 as well. That is one concept that they're going to be looking at. So when you're going to look at the square root of 4 equals plus or minus 2, that's going to be part of the answers that you're looking at. So today I'd like to go right away to the practice set. The videos the last couple times were a little bit long, so hopefully we can go a little faster through this and this makes sense. So if we go look at the first one, we have 2x squared minus 3 equals 29. So let's go through the steps that we need to go through. First, we're going to add 3 on both sides. So we wind up getting 2x squared equals 32. Because we've added 3 and we've taken these cancel each other out. The next thing that we can do is we can divide both sides by 2. And that makes sense as well. So we wind up getting x squared equals 16. So the next part that they're going to want to teach you with this lesson is that if we square root this one and square root this one, we get x times x under the square there. So we can pull that out. That'll be x. And then, of course, we get 4 is the square root of 16. So our answer is x equals 4, but remember it's plus or minus 4. That could be possible answers for x. So hopefully that makes sense to you. That's how the basis of this whole lesson is. So B would look at 5x squared plus 6 equals 16. Again, the first thing that we would do is look at getting rid of the 6. So we'll take that off of both sides. So that'll give us 5x squared equals 10. Now we can divide it by 5. And that would get us x squared equals 2. Now when we square root x, we get x, and then we get the square root of 2. But it's not just the square root of 2, it's plus or minus the square root of 2. Moving on to C. We have 7x squared plus 8 equals negative 13. A little bit of a different answer there. So let us go take a look at that one. And we have a negative 7x squared. Okay. If you're ready to try it on your own, hit pause and then try it and see if you can get it correct. So here's your solution. We're going to take away 8. We're going to take away 8. So now we get negative 7x squared equals negative 21. Now we're going to divide it by negative 7, right? And then we get x squared equals 3. And now you'll see that x is the positive or negative of the square root of 3. There's your answer. Moving on to D. 8 equals 4w squared minus 24. Try it on your own, see how you can do. Here's your solution. We're going to add 24 to this side. We're going to add 24 to this side. So now we have 32 equals 4w squared. Now we're going to divide by 4. Divide by 4. We get 8 equals w squared. Now it gets a little trickier here because what we see here is that your answer for giving them a square root would get you the square root of 8, which is actually 2 times 2 times 2 underneath that square root. These we can pull out, so you have 2 plus or minus 2, the square root of 2 equals w. A little bit trickier when you're working with that. Moving on to E. They're just going to keep adding making it more difficult as we go along. So e, let me copy that down, 4 over x equals x over 9. So when we go through our solution for e, give yourself a few seconds to figure that out. Okay, here we are going for our solution for e. Okay, we're going to have to multiply this side by 9 over 1 to get rid of that one. So what we wind up getting is, and this side would be 9 over 1 as well, equals, basically what we get is x, right? And so your next part of the solution, let me get this onto the next screen here, you get 36 over x equals x. Now some of you might run stuck saying, how do I get this to work? Quite easily. In order to get rid of this x here, we have to multiply it by x over 1. So we'll times this one by x over 1. Same thing, we get 36 equals x squared. Now we can get a square root. We know the square root of 36 is 6, and x. So plus or minus 6 equals x. So that was a slightly trickier one. Let's go to f. We have x over 3 equals 4x. Now that I've done e with you, that even had me thinking a bit how that works, let me give you a chance to do f on your own. And here we go. We're taking it up now. So first thing that we have to do is times it by 3 over 1 times x over 3 equals 4 over x times 3 over 1. So that gives us x on this side because these cancel each other out, and it gives us 12 over x on this side. Now we have to multiply both sides by x over 1 so that these can cancel themselves out. So we get x squared equals 12. Now 12, can we break that down? Yes, we can break 12 down. So x equals basically still the square root of 2 times 2 times 3, which tells me that x equals the plus or minus of 2 times the square root of 6. Oh, sorry, square root of 3. So that gives you that solution there. You know, see, we've taken the square out, and that goes there. Okay, Yol arranges 121 tiles into one larger square. How many tiles are along each edge of the square? Well, basically what you're doing with this one for F or G is looking at what's the square root of 121, and that would equal 11, because 11 times 11 equals 121. And that takes care of your practice set. Have fun today. We'll